Hey everybody, it's Ken Faulkner. 20 days left. Yeah, it's starting to get to me. I think the middle of the Faulkner 5 is the hard part. You started out, it's kind of new, kind of fun. You pick the knives. It's exciting. Uh, you start going through it, and but there's some point at which it's starting to get hard to not buy the knives and all that kind of stuff. And I definitely know from this and other experiences that knife buying has an impact on my mood, my emotions. It's not the end of the world. It's not like I'm just lying in bed or anything like that. Of course, I got to work, right? I got to save so I can save the money. The whole point is to save the money, and try to look forward. But it seems like 3 weeks is so long. It's been almost 3 weeks now. We're almost to the end of the Kunwu. I got the Spyderco catalog here. Well, product guide from 2022 because I'm gonna grab a piece of paper out of it for the cutting. We're doing the cutting test today. It's been interesting doing the cutting test. And so it's kind of nice to some of these things that I kind of came up with to mix it up. But man, I do miss getting knives in. I did get that one, the Dimco, but part of that was that I paid for it so long ago, and I was just I knew it was coming for a long time. I guess it's not the same. I don't know. Maybe I'm just having a tough day. Saturday today. Should be happy. Should be just enjoying my weekend. But anyway, we'll be all right. We'll be all right. And these videos always kind of cheer me up. Don't you think the Kunwu kind of looks like a Spyderco in a lot of ways? It's almost got that leaf shape. I mean, definitely not totally copying it in any way. I mean, it's flat on top. But it does have a tall flat, not as full flat of a grind. But yeah, it does have similarities, and I expect that the cut test should show. Even though I've been carrying it all week, I think the cut test will show that it's a pretty good cutter. So let me turn off the fan so it doesn't blow the paper around. Oops, wrong one. Sorry, guys. Anyway, so yeah, the Kunwu Pulsar. Boy, the action after the disassembly. I really didn't think there was any need to take it apart, and there wasn't. I mean, it was really good action, but man, it's just so smooth. And it did catch me. Look at that guy. It caught me. That's another thing about getting new knives is I get more cuts from new knives usually. But it's funny how when you change up the action on a knife, there's more likelihood of catching yourself because you're just not familiar with it. I'm starting to get used to the new feel of it, but it feels really good. So all these things have been interesting and eye-opening. Oh, look at that! What are we starting with here? Are we already not cutting? Yeah, it's a little rough. Well, like I said, I've been using it all week. It's been like able to pop hairs on the arm type thing. But it's not as sharp as it could be. So I think that the sharpening will do amazing things with it. It is LMAX steel. Certainly saw a huge difference on the LMAX on the Chavez, the first knife of the Faulkner 5. It's not bad. And we'll cut a little bit more at the end to see if there's been any effect. We'll move on to cardboard here. Let's find a piece. Got a big old piece here, so we'll cut down a smaller piece out of it. I was kind of cutting off that Spyderco catalog. Got a little bit messy because I rush sometimes when I'm pulling off a piece, and it leaves like stranded pieces. So I've been using this tip like this to kind of clean it up a little bit, and you can see it's struggling a little bit. And like I say, that's not what this knife is normally like. It's just it's due for some cutting. Let's see how it goes through the cardboard. Oh yeah, that's pretty clean right there. Can't complain about that. It's funny how a knife will cut differently on like paper, seemingly struggling, and then you get something a little bit more rigid like this, and it has a totally different cutting. I do a lot of cardboard cutting, more when I am buying new knives. I keep going back to it. You know, one thing about not allowing myself to buy new knives is it makes it hard to watch all the YouTube that I usually watch, because you see new knives that you want to buy. Of course, I'm putting them on a list, but you know, you can't impulse buy. And then you go on a live, and then everybody on the live stream, it seems like, you know, it's kind of like when you're hungry. It seems like everybody's eating something good in front of you or something, or you're on a diet or whatever. It's kind of a knife diet, is what it is. But you see in the chats, and everybody's talking about, oh, I just got this knife. I just got this. This one's in the mail right now, and it's coming on the way. And I mean, I gotta laugh. But man, it definitely is something that I'm feeling it this week. I'm feeling this week. I know that when I get closer to the show, especially when I get to that last week, there's not going to be any of this kind of feeling. It's going to be just excitement, because I've gone through this before. So I'm not afraid. I'm not like freaking out on it, but I mean, it's just a normal thing. So the cardboard did pretty well. We'll just grab up some rope and cut a little bit of that. Probably should get some different size rope. Maybe next time I do a Faulkner 5. And with different materials too. This is kind of like a plasticky kind of thing. And it's cutting pretty well. Might have to get another cutting board. You gotta put some marks in this thing. But it's been a good little cut testing. Obviously, you don't want to put those marks in the table. It's been a good cut testing board. So not bad. I think the paper was the worst one so far. Yeah, it's doing nice. Let's see if I can get some paracord. It is a slightly different kind of material. Less plasticky, more fabric-y. Where's the end? I got one of these. See, I got plenty. Got plenty of paracord. I just got to find the end. Oh, here it is, clamped in. All right. Now we'll cut a little bit of this. Probably, I'm thinking that the cut test won't go so long today, because, you know, since we've been doing it, don't have to explain it as much. Certainly not, because we know what we're doing. Don't really have any new materials this week. Yeah, I mean, it's not like cutting through like butter. Definitely not cutting through like butter, but still cutting. Still going to serve its purpose as a tool. Next, what do we do next? Got my box here. Well, I got the zip ties. Let's try it from the side. I can't really do that. They're cutting pretty well. Let's loop it over and see if we can cut it this way. Because normally you're cutting it when it's already on something. And maybe next week I'll find something to just kind of zip tie them to. Kind of makes sense to zip tie them to something. And then you can actually see what it's like to get it out of it. But it is cutting. Yeah, I mean, because the edge geometry is good. And I think that this is a little dull. But the edge geometry is allowing it to still perform. Even, and certainly in different areas of the edge are sharper. Like back here, it feels like it's much sharper. It's like right here on the belly. That's where it's a little bit duller. The tip's a little bit duller. But back here, I can definitely feel it's got good bite. You know, because it's, you know, there's certain areas of the blade that you use more than others. Just the way it is. Let's do find that belt. So we'll kind of push into it here. Let's see if we can cut it down the side. Yeah, a little saw in action. We'll pull it. I mean, it's doing pretty good. I guess we can cut it this way. I shouldn't be cutting towards my... Get the tip in there. The tip's definitely needing some work. I'm not getting a lot of cutting off that tip. So that's going to need some tender love and care on the sharpening, which will be tomorrow. We'll get the dreaded. Well, let's do the pool noodle. This one doesn't seem to be a big challenge. But you can kind of see how clean it cuts. Yeah, there you go. I mean, maybe this is really not a good, because it cuts easy. It may be not a good, I mean, I just got it. Oops, damn. See, and then I'm working around the camera, banging it and making you guys shake. I'm sorry. Okay. I guess we'll finish it up with the dreaded cable. It seems like every knife has trouble with this thing. I could always get the extension cords, another thing I could do. Something like that. Well, look at that. That did pretty good. It's interesting, kind of the mix. You know, and certainly, let's do it up near the front and see how that does. Yeah, it's not as well. But it gets it started. I have to put some force into it. But back here, let's see. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, every cut, but it is going all the way through. Pretty clean cuts. We can do like a quick little strip on the wire. We can cut around. Pull it off. Boy, this is a messy thing though. I'm not gonna strip everything down like I did that one time, but man, you can definitely make a mess really fast with this stuff. So anyway, there you go. I think that's it. Oh, the jeans. I forgot the jeans. I'm always forgetting something. We'll get down here in the seam. Let's see how it does. I'll try. It's a little unwieldy because it's such a big piece of material. Wow, look at that. Did well. Good for it. Let's poke through. Yeah, a little struggle. The struggle is real. We'll poke it through here. I mean, it's doing the job. It's not horrible. I should give it a grade. I should be giving them all a grade. Why didn't I think about that before? Because I'm thinking this one's like a B minus. I don't know. Yeah, maybe a B minus. Probably the Chavez was more like a C minus. Man, that is struggling, but it is much better now, to be honest with you guys. And I probably should do another cut test video on it because it really didn't show well, but it's more my lack of maintenance is what it was showing. Then what did I have last week was the why am I blanking? Last week, well, I got it here. So I got 2 more to go through, guys. Oh yeah, it was the Riyadh. The Riyadh probably was a minus, I'd say. That thing went really well. So yeah, we're getting a good mix. But if they were all the same, then it would be kind of boring. I same with this and the Riot. The Riot maybe had a little bit better geometry because it had the tall flat all the way to more to the top. This one less so, and the Chavez even less so. It was more like half the blade, right? Let's get them out. Let's look at them. You know, and even the great Dr. Laren Thomas, he talks about that too. Blade geometry is so important. So you can see that the bevel, the primary bevel starts here and it goes down. And it's not as tall of a blade as any of these guys. But this one goes all the way. The flat isn't until way up here. So you got all this, especially along here, all that length. Of course, in here you got the thumb hole, which makes an impact. But then this one, I'd say, is got more, more height in general and more height on the bevel. So maybe a little bit, I don't know, that's pretty close. It's hard to tell because this one has a swedge on it. I have to go back and look at the measurements. We did all those measurements the first day. Yeah, so anyway, that's what we got so far. What did I say? C minus? C? Give this one a C. This one a B minus, and this one a A minus. That may be totally different from what I said. You guys will remember. You guys will send. Let me know in the comments, and hey, definitely do, please. So yeah, a little shorter video today, a little down on the dumps. I will get better, and I know I'm even thinking about that whole adrenaline dump from the show, because you go through it and you buy a bunch of knives all at once, and it's not like regular life. I mean, I think we've all been through it. We all go through periods of when our finances are a little tighter. Or maybe, we just did too many of the sezzle payments, and we're just getting to the point where we realize we can't do it anymore. Yeah, that kind of thing. Or you get to the point where you got a bonus from work, or you got a tax return or something like that. These ebbs and flows, and then maybe you buy a whole bunch of knives at one point, and other times you just can't buy them. And collecting for sure, and if you just love knives, which most people in the community are like that, and they just want to get more knives, and it's funny because I have so many knives in my collection, and yet I still want to get more knives. So it's not really about how many you have, it's about the next one. Although if I didn't have so many knives, I wouldn't have these great ones to choose from and do the 5 with you guys. So anyway, I'm just rambling on. Hopefully, I'm not trying to bring anybody down. I'm trying to actually make myself feel better, and I do. I feel better. And it's because of you guys allowing me to share. And we'll be moving on tomorrow. We'll do the sharpening. And I'm looking forward to that, to really see how this will clean up. And then Monday, we'll be switching off to the next one, which is the Microtech. The ram lock. So we're mixing it up. We got a frame lock or a liner lock. We got the button pivot lock. We got the axis lock. We got the ram lock, which is also kind of a crossbar-ish but different. And then I got a frame lock, and I didn't plan it that way. It's just the way it is. So yeah, definitely looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to Blade Show more than anything, but that's just the way it always is. I mean, and if I didn't want to go through this, I wouldn't be able to go to Blade Show because this is part of it. So anyway, that's it, guys. Enough talking for sure. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.